All right, good morning. Today I'm going to try out the full cleaning of the Wybot. The other day I did a floor only, like a dirt finding mode. There's some more stuff down there in the deep end, so we're going to try this today with a full. I don't have the floats in there yet, so it might have trouble getting up and down the walls. We'll see. If it does, then I'll put those in for a subsequent cleaning. On my Pentair pump, I turn off the pump and I put it in timeout mode, which means it'll come back on after 3 hours. So hopefully this thing will be done and then it'll just come on automatically if I'm not here when it finishes. And because they do have in the instruction manual, they say to turn off your pump filtration system so that the vacuum has full suction. Never knew that before, but we're going to follow the instructions there. So I'm going to set this up in the app to run on the full cleaning mode, and we'll see how things go. All right, I set it in the app. You always have to do that before you put the vacuum in the pool, because the Bluetooth signal will not transmit through the water. So I've set it up to run the standard full pool. We'll see if it's smart and looks to see if it can get this shape down correctly. I think it can. We'll see. We'll see how it performs. And then just a note, I took off that guard that I usually had over here for the old Dolphin. We'll see if it's smart enough to not get stuck on the ladder. The old one would always get stuck right there until they put that guard in. So we'll check things out. I'm going to come back and check on it occasionally. Looks like it's getting itself ready to go here. Flashing blue light means it's working, and there it goes. Alright, it does not seem to be having any trouble getting up the walls despite not putting the floats in. And also it's not got stuck on the ladder, which is nice. So we're just rolling right along with our cleaning. I have noticed it a few times coming up to the water line and scrubbing along it, which is good. So I think it's in good shape. I did not catch it on film though yet, so we'll see if I can do that a little bit later just to show you guys how it gets the water line. So far so good. I'll check back in a bit. Now it's cleaning the shallow side of the pool. Still hasn't gotten stuck anywhere, which is great. We'll see if it gets stuck on the steps later or if it even tries to clean them. The deep end's pretty clean. There's still a few pieces of debris it hasn't gotten yet, but it might still be trying to figure out its pattern for cleaning. It's coming all the way back down into the deep end. Not sure what it's doing next, but I guess we'll see. We will check back again in a few. Maybe it's doing like a diagonal pattern all the way up to the rest of the side, over to the shallow end. Looks like it. Seems to be figuring out the pool. I think for a future video I'll take a GoPro and just mount it to the ladder and let it run for the whole duration of the cleaning, in case people are interested in seeing that. Obviously I'm not going to stand out here and watch it for several hours. Coming up the wall. Okay, so it definitely scrubs the water line a bit. And it goes back down. Pretty cool. It's not having any trouble getting up the wall, so I don't think I need the floats that it came with. All right, I think we're a couple hours into the cleaning here. The deep end's pretty clean on the bottom. I've noticed it's just kind of going up the walls and scrubbing on them, which is good. It seems to be using its AI or something to make sure that it's getting everything. The pool jets are still off. Looks like the pool's pretty clean, but I guess it's still working. Maybe it's found walls that it hasn't cleaned yet, so I'm gonna let it keep running. And then I have my Pentair pool pump and everything set to on timeout, I think it is. It's important to do that because I have to leave here pretty soon, and I don't know that before I leave everything's gonna be done. So I set it to timeout. When the vacuum is done working, hopefully before the timeout expires, the pool pump and everything should turn on automatically, and then that'll be good because we don't want the pool pump to stay off for long, because then the pool can get dirty, obviously. So hopefully that all comes back on. This will be a test of that, but I'm not anticipating any problems. And then we should be back in business, and then even though the pool jets will be running, I should be able to take the vacuum out using the hook, and everything will be done and ready to go for swimming today. This will be the last video I take, I think, of this cleaning session. I'll come up with some more. If you guys have ideas of things you want me to show, let me know. Otherwise, I'm pretty impressed with this Wybot vacuum so far. Alright, I spoke too soon. It looks like it just finished. It's parked next to the wall, albeit in the deep end. You can see the yellow lights flashing. That means it's done, or the battery is low. Pool is very clean, so I think it's done, and it's been running for a couple hours, so I don't think the battery ran out. I think it's just done. So I'm gonna get this thing out and turn my pool jets on, because why wait? And I'll show you what's inside of the box, or the cleaning filter. All right, it's all done. One thing I will say too, the hook at the end of the pool makes these things a lot easier to get out of the pool, so it's much easier on your back and stuff like that. So to clean this out, let's grab this box here. Got a hose over here. I don't know that it picked up a ton of dirt, but probably got something. Yeah, there's some junk in there. So that's everything it cleaned. And then cleaning these out is really simple. You just take the hose and spray it out, and then let everything dry. And you can take it back inside and charge it later on. You want to make sure the charging port and everything is dry before you charge it. So that's all there's to it. I like this thing a lot. It's much easier to manage, and the lack of having cords or having to plug it in is pretty nice. And it does a pretty good job with the pool. Jets are back on. They should go into high power mode here in a little bit, but pretty successful cleaning. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll put a link to the vacuum in the description. Let me know if you have any questions. Please like and subscribe.